What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erika Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. 6 years ago, Taiwan saw one of its biggest transportation disasters when a train derailed, leaving 18 people dead. As Chris Gorn reports, some victims' families are dissatisfied with the government's response.
It's been 6 years since a train traveling at more than 130 kilometers per hour derailed in Yilan County in eastern Taiwan, killing 18 people and injuring more than 200. It was one of the worst rail disasters in the country's history. On the anniversary of the crash, some family members of those killed and injured gathered to mark the date and raise concerns about the rail authority previously known as the TRA.
We think Taiwan government lied to everyone, and we need the TRA to say the truth to Taiwan people.
Responsibility for the accident fell on the driver. He received a prison sentence of more than 4 years for his decision to turn off a speed control system known as automatic train protection. Earlier this month, he was also found liable to pay half the money owed by the state-owned Taiwan Railway to one of the injured passengers. But the group of victims' families says that the speed and timing of the accident in the official government report doesn't match with the video of the crash, something for which they want an explanation. The crash is just one of several train accidents in Taiwan's east coast in recent years, some of them deadly. In 2021, a truck that fell onto the tracks derailed a train that killed at least 49 people. And earlier this year, landslides caused a partial train derailment in which at least 9 people were injured. The government says it has made efforts to improve train safety in light of recent disasters, such as strengthening monitoring and automated safety systems. And this year, the rail authority changed from a government agency to a state-owned company, which is aimed at improving management and services.
我们台铁必须把这个教训当作我们安全改革的一个动力，包括交通部我们也会这个全力对于台铁安全改革。
Yet, despite these efforts, natural disasters such as earthquakes and typhoons have continued to cause track closures on the East Coast. The country now moves forward, hoping that these reforms will be enough to avert the next disaster. Joseph Wu and Chris Gorn for TaiwanPlus.
Trans people in Taiwan who want to change their gender on official identification documents must undergo mandatory surgery to remove all reproductive organs. A handful of transgender people have had exceptions made for them, but only after lengthy legal battles. As part of our special coverage marking Pride 2024, Irene Lin reports on difficulties facing so many of those seeking gender recognition in Taiwan.
28-year-old Devin is facing one of the toughest decisions in his life. He's one among an estimated 100,000 transgender people in Taiwan, and one of many who still possess IDs that show their sex assigned at birth.
我觉得现在，即使我现在可以很自然，或是说我现在很自在什么的，但是其实某种程度心里还是会有一点不安的感觉，因为当我真的要出示身份证件的时候，这件事情我觉得它就是一个很大的破绽。
Taiwan requires transgender men to surgically remove their female reproductive organs to change their ID gender. In the past 4 years of hormonal therapy, Devin had never considered the mandatory surgery, until years of microaggressions in his personal and work life started to take a toll.
我其实希望被当男生，然后我不希望一直去提我是跨性别，或是我是因为有一些自以为贴心的人就会说，就是例如说我们要去搬东西，帮忙搬东西的时候，他就会说没关系啊，我来搬就好了。我知道你可能没有那么，就毕竟你还是女生的身体嘛。
He says if he keeps avoiding surgery and getting his ID changed, these things will haunt him for as long as he can take it. But the costs of surgery are a bitter pill to swallow.
比起我需要付出的成本来说，我没有那么想要去做这件事情，对吧？我要花钱，然后我工作需要中断，因为我要手术，我要休养。
Devin is not alone in his struggle. Gender-reaffirming surgeries are excluded from Taiwan's national health insurance coverage. The mandatory removal surgery alone may be well over $6,000, and it's only the first step towards being freed from a body they don't totally identify with.
必须要把子宫、卵巢、输卵管都拿掉，这是基本。那有些人他也不喜欢阴道，所以阴道也同时会一起做。其实他们来开这个刀， 这些钱都是一点一滴的存下来，除非说你家里经济很好，爸妈都可以负担，不然要靠自己是非常的辛苦啦。
After the removal, some will proceed onto penis construction, which could raise the total cost to over $30,000 US. It's optional for those who just want to get a new ID, including Devin himself. But for some, the high-stakes procedure is still last resort to live the life they want.
第一个就是希望达成他可以站着上厕所，站着小便这件事。那其实这也是一种男性的一种在就是社会上的行为的象征。我们也希望可以达到，就是可以让他做到有性交的能力。
My gender is my choice.
Since 2019, there have been legal efforts to challenge the surgery requirement. Devin says he will love that for himself and those who also cannot afford the procedures. But the community has some concerns.
需要手术的人，他们可能会担心，如果免术换证出来之后，会不会就没有医生要动手术？或者是家人可能也会反对啊，你不用手术，你就可以去换证了，你现在干嘛要动这个手术？那个门槛会变高。
Transgender people have diverse ways of expressing their gender. Some change their physical appearance, such as by growing facial hair. Others through body modification, and still others through legal pursuits. None are easy. But ensuring the right to decide one's gender and bodily autonomy is ultimately their shared goal. John Su and Irene Lin for TaiwanPlus.
It's Taipei Fashion Week, a time for designers and fashion enthusiasts to showcase their unique tastes. Our reporter Sandy Chi attended the closing runway show in the heart of Taipei over the weekend that also celebrated the capital's 140th anniversary.
Taipei Fashion Week has turned a bustling shopping district in the capital into a runway. It's not just showcasing the latest designs from local brands, but also celebrating Taipei's 140th anniversary and making fashion more accessible to the public.
我们一直有一个目标，是希望更多人关注时尚。就是说，除了本来就可能对时尚有爱好的人以外，我们希望更多人觉得时尚跟他的生活是相关的。
Organizers want the public to feel connected to the show, so the night's theme is Dress Code Taipei, which means to dress like the city. But what does it mean to dress like Taipei? It's an inspiring question for local designers.
我的作品其实是来自我对台北的灵感哦，所以我们其实是用很多我在台北生活的一些点滴，然后还有发现的人事物，还有一些地景。包含了我自己本身也是猫奴，所以很多我自己的意象跟情感，把它装置在我这一次的作品上面，所以我觉得自己是蛮开心的。
For some designers, fashion can be a force for change.
台北是相对其他都市是很多元的，很多可能性。希望能够透过这次的设计，像我自己本身穿的衣服，然后就像我的手机壳，我希望台北能够对动物更友善，然后我觉得会更吸引人。
Despite the rain, fashion enthusiasts still showed up, bringing their own perspectives on what it means to dress Taipei.
我觉得台北这个城市就是很多人都很喜欢的城市，然后下雨也是下得很好，所以这个流苏我觉得跟这种毛毛雨也蛮搭配的。然后我觉得这种夜台北啊，就是有一种不会被人家定义的美，所以呢，我觉得大家穿的都会很可以定义什么是台北。
我觉得Dress Code 台北这种感觉就是好，我生活在台北，那我是什么样子的样就呈现出来给大家看这样子。
As the rain-soaked runway show comes to an end, it's clear that Taipei is more than just the city. It's the rich, diverse lifestyles and cultures of its citizens. Patrick Chen and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally today, we take you to the streets of Santiago, Chile, where hundreds of people dressed as zombies took part in the annual Zombie Walk. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.